In this video, I want to give you some details on completing this module. So you're watching this video right here. Uh, Notice review the questions below. So um, these are the instructions repeated on the grading rubric and discussion posts. So you're going to start with your behavioral interview question. And that is, tell me about a challenge you faced on a team and how you handled the situation. And you're going to use the STAR approach. So that means you're going to describe the situation or task, what action or actions you took, and then the results. So once again, this video is repeated if you um, need to review the STAR approach. Also, don't forget to come down, watch this best practices video from last year. Once again, it may be a little bit different, but it's similar enough to give you a good example of best practices. So you're going to do that with your behavioral interview question. And then now for this module, we're actually going to use the manager's action research process, in other words, DIET, and apply it to IDC West. And in the previous module, you applied DIET to Oil Hat Joe, and now you're going to actually apply it to the case study IDC West. So you're going to come to episode 1, and for this, you want to basically scan the situation. In other words, describe it: who, what, when, and where, and state the mission. So the mission, once again, is what's that end result? What is it you're trying to achieve? And notice it says relate the mission to the principal statement from the chapter. So now we need to find the chapter content. And there we go, principal statement. All work is coordinated with others. So let's see, get back to this. So you're going relate that mission to that principal statement. Then you're going to go into competency A and get your challenge. And this is where you're going to scan the specific situation and state the challenge and relate the challenge to the competency statement. So you're probably wondering, well, where do I find the competency statement? Well, in the content for competency A, if we go to that, competency A, group and team design, and notice right away it says competency statement. Identify the differences between groups and teams and design them for specific situations. So what you're going to do is relate the challenge that you read in the situation to that competency statement. And then you're going to begin to apply the DIET model. So you're going to diagnose a challenge and propose an intervention or solution. Then you're going to repeat that process for competency B. In other words, you'll go into the content for competency B to get the competency statement. You'll identify the situation and relate the challenge, and then you're going to apply DIET. Then once you've done that, then go to episode 2. And this is where you provide a brief scan or overview of this episode. And then you're going to evaluate the results in episode 2 by describing the impact of the interventions and how you can transfer the learning. So you may want to compare what happened here in episode 2 to what intervention you recommended. You can also describe how can you continue to make progress at IDC in the future. In other words, how's this sustainable? And also, how might it apply to your personal situation with your dream job and your ideal organization? And then notice here it says the DIET steps from the manager's application process are actually described in the fundamentals module. So if you forget what those are, go back and look in the fundamentals module and pick those steps up. And then include them in your response. Also, when we get to number 3, important term or concept or phrase from the reading, make sure you bold that so it's easy to make that connection from your discussion back to the content. Then you're going to create your exam question, and you're going to create, once again, no true, false, no fill in the blank. And then having done that, you're going to write your conclusion. And then when that's complete, you'll come back and start to participate in the discussion. Make sure you format your paper. In other words, you're going to have an introduction, and then you're going to answer each of your questions. Number them. If I would repeat behavioral interview question, then follow it. And then same way with your challenges. In other words, use bold and format so it's easy to follow what you're doing. And then make sure you provide a conclusion. So this is a fun chapter on groups and teams. So I hope you enjoy it.